Welcome back to Chalisco Crypto. Guys, welcome. You are welcome. Let's discuss. Let's discuss Bitcoin. Let's discuss crypto. Let's see what is happening in the world of crypto, guys. You are welcome. So, guys, let's see what is happening in the market. So, Bitcoin is still trading sideways. But one good thing is that, so most of the data are saying that, the market is ready at least to head up to a new all-time high zone. So which we'll be looking into that. Let's see what is happening in the market. So quickly we'll be diving into the market, not just that. So let's see a lot of good things happening in the market, even if when the market is still trading sideways. So which still show that, so Bitcoin and crypto, still remain one of the best assets over the past few years. And to date, so Jack Dorsey, so which is the founder and the former CEO of S, aka now Twitter. So it still reminded Elon Musk, which is the richest man on the planet as of today, that, so don't forget that 2020, you said that Bitcoin is your safe word. So which we'll be looking into that. So which means that at least Tesla, they may be resuming, you know, Bitcoin payment, accepting Bitcoin payment once again. So that is because few years back, so Tesla was accepting Bitcoin as a payment. So before they decided to suspend it because they said that so Bitcoin was not using a clean energy back then. So when Elon Musk said that so if Bitcoin started using at least 50% clean energy, so he will then we start accepting Bitcoin once again. We'll be looking into that, even if a seller, which is the CEO of strategy, seller said that, few years from now, when your banks will now tell you that, yes, go and buy Bitcoin, you cannot buy Bitcoin and store through us. So Bitcoin will be costing $1 million by then. Yeah, guys, you are welcome. You guys are welcome. Man. So, guys, smash the like and the subscribe button. Try to make sure that your notification bell is on. As always, so that each time that I'm live, you guys will get notified. We'll be able to discuss about Bitcoin and crypto market together. So, guys, let's see what is happening in the market. Plan B. So he just released the RSI. So data, he said that at least by now, so the RSI is already between 69. We show that that is almost about 70. We show that the RSI is also high by now. He said that at least we'll be heading up to 80 plus. So before the market top out, so which we'll be looking into that. So where would the market will be heading up to before the market top out? So those are the data. So which we'll be looking into today, and the rest. So we'll be looking into the target zone, so you guys can see. So the Bitcoin big next lift and the target zone. Those are the things we'll be looking into. We show that the market is still holding strong. So you don't have to be scared. So guys, yeah, greetings, guys. So and our man, which is James Wine, so which I showed you guys the trade yesterday, that James Wine, so he logged into Bitcoin yesterday, and so he may be getting liquidated. So which I showed you guys yesterday. It's on X, like that, so the ways they keep manipulating the market. And President Nayib Bukele, he also met with the U.S. Executive Director of Digital Assets, so at least for them to discuss Bitcoin. So there are a lot of good things happening in the crypto market, even if when the market is still trading sideways. Yeah, you guys are welcome. Miraculous, Osita Favor, J-Boy, Victoria, you guys are welcome. Kingdom, Visa, Tracker, you guys are welcome, guys. So let's discuss Bitcoin, let's discuss crypto, guys. So quickly, let's dive into the market. So let's see the performance of the altcoins, man. So Bitcoin is still holding strong, trading sideways around the $104,000, as you guys can see on the screen. So we show that, so for sure the market is still holding strong. It's still consolidating. It's just that the fear and greediness keep dropping down. That's because a lot of people still getting fearful every single day. So many people are fearful. Once the markets keep trading sideways, people be fearful once again. So those are weak hearts, according to Sailor. He said that a Bitcoin will be trading between $150,000 yes. That is because we still have a weak heart in the space, which is for sure. So if we don't have a weak heart, how will we be able to have opportunity in this space? So for sure. So the market always have a downside, which is why I always say the best strategist using a DCA and take profit when you're in profit, which most of you guys already know that. So it's still hovering around the 150, which is a 149.2. Solana has been down these days. I logged into one of my wallets just now. I found out that most of the altcoin has been down. Please, so you guys can see. This is why I always say you never go wrong by buy Bitcoin, adding Bitcoin to your portfolio. So you guys can see even if suing. Don't forget, just about January here, Sui was trading between almost about $5.60, almost about $6. So now it showed that it's been down with it's been down with almost about 50%. So even if I also saw it, just say the bullish news for Sui, we show that they just have a good partnership at least to bring more investor into their ecosystem. Most of the altcoin not doing bad, but you guys know most of the time once a Bitcoin is down with 2%, most of the altcoin are down with about 3-4%. Really, Solana has been down about 12% the past few days, man. It's a good time at least to DCA once again. So, guys, yeah, you guys are welcome. You guys are welcome. So, guys, as you guys can see, this is our man here, James Wine. So, James Wine, I showed you guys a chart yesterday that James Wine is playing with leverage. 40S leverage. You guys are seeing on S. He just tweeted this out few hours ago. It's a market manipulation. That's because Bitcoin did back down to like $104,000 once again. So we have a huge liquidation price around $104,000. I believe at least may have closed 50% of the trades for him not to get liquidated. So which is why I always say don't trade with leverage. Yeah, Label, you guys are welcome, guys. So, guys, try to make sure smash the like, the subscribe button, and smash the like. So, let's dive into the market. So, as I said just now, we'll be looking into the data. So, you guys can see here. Let's quickly see. This is the RSI index, so which is showing that we'll be heading up to a new zone, which we'll be looking into that, which I will be showing you guys. So, before then, let's look at what is happening in the market. 2 days ago, guys, I showed you guys the U.S. National debt is skyrocketing like a Nvidia chart, like a Bitcoin chart, which is crazy. So as you guys can see here with this headline, U.S. debt crisis. So which I showed you guys similar data like this a day ago. So which is the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong. So Brian Armstrong said that crisis could make Bitcoin. Okay. Said that U.S. Debt crisis would make Bitcoin the world reserve currency. Coinbase CEO, which is Brian Armstrong. It's possible. That is because the U.S. national debt. The U.S. is even better than most other countries. Even if here in Europe today they decide to cut interest rate by 2%, which we'll be looking into that. What you need to know is that why was the interest rate up the first time? That is because the inflation keep going up every single day. The government keep printing more money. So, but they will tell you that the inflation is up 2-3%, which is not true. So inflation is up even if over the past few years, inflation is up with about 50%. That is because I know that this one which I will be able to buy a few years ago with $10, now $10, €10 here. So now when you go to the market, so you will be buying it with about 20 something dollars, which show that is about 100%. So that will show that so the price of this has doubled. So inflation keep going up. So the government keep printing more money. So which take us here, Elon Musk blasted U.S. spending. So Elon Musk is saying that so the U.S. the beast still going crazy. The government keep printing more money. So that's because the U.S. national debt just hit about $37 trillion, which is crazy. So more money keep coming into this space. So guys, stay tuned, guys. So let's discuss the market. Let's see what is happening. So the government, they keep printing more money, which most of you guys already know. One of the way to hedge against inflation is to buy one of the strongest assets on the planet today, which is Bitcoin. Even if when we are trading sideways, for sure, I still think, this cycle haven't ended yet. So even if, according to Plan B, so which we'll be looking into that. So the RSI is still between 69, but I know that it's already way too high, 69. But he said that at least 69, we are still going to 80 before the market top out. So 80 at least, which we'll be looking into that, and where it will be taking us to at least before the end of this cycle. But as I always say, that the volatility may not be like before once again, because we now have the Wall Street in the crypto space, the BlackRock, the Fidelity, even if the strategy. So more company coming into the space to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet. Sorry guys. So let's see what next. So Jack Dorsey pitches Bitcoin to Elon Musk, aims a crash over beautiful B. So the B, so which we are just still talking about the U.S. national debt, which is skyrocketing. So Elon Musk get mad at us, said, what a crazy word, man. So why is the U.S. keep printing more money? So now Jack Dorsey said that, don't forget, Bitcoin is one of the way, man. So which you guys can see it here. This is a tweet from Elon Musk, 2020. So US was 2020 Tesla. So they was still accepting Bitcoin payment. So now what happened here is that this tweet. This is December 2020. So Elon Musk made this tweet. Bitcoin is my safe word. So now Jack doesn't just retweet it. So don't forget that you say this, that Bitcoin is your safe word before, at least before the Tesla suspend accepting Bitcoin payment. So don't be surprised that Tesla may start, accepting a Bitcoin payment once again. And this will also boost the Bitcoin space. And more company will also start accepting, Bitcoin as a payment. So this is a tweet from Jack Dorsey. So just about a few hours ago, he retweeted this Elon Musk tweet, which from 2020. So that don't forget, Bitcoin is here to stay. It's here to rescue you from the U.S. National debt. So, which is amazing. We show that so Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. These are the most smartest people in this planet. So you guys need to know that whenever they are discussing about Bitcoin like this, so Bitcoin is here to stay. Even if Jack Dorsey is already all in Bitcoin, that is because he left us Twitter, so now he's building on Bitcoin. So this is why I keep encouraging you guys to make sure that you keep using DCA, dollar cost average, in order for you to be able to accumulate more Bitcoin and crypto. So guys, a quick reminder: this is 2 billion in gold versus 2 billion in Bitcoin. You guys can see. So why? This is another reminder why Bitcoin is still more better than gold. So if you are holding, if you want to at least to buy $2 billion worth of gold today, you guys can see you will be taking it with a truck. You will be going out with truck. But if you want to buy $2 billion worth of Bitcoin, you just need to do is for you to scan the QR code. Boom, it's in your wallet. Even if you still want to send it out, all you just need to do is for you to just scan the QR code. You send it out. So this is $2 billion in Bitcoin versus $2 billion in gold, which you guys can see here on the screen. We show that so for sure Bitcoin still one of the best, man. Guys, make sure that you are sharing the stream with your friends and family so that they can be tuning in. So we'll be able to discuss about Bitcoin and crypto together every single day, man. And you guys who always tune in, for sure there is a reward for you guys, which you guys know that, So every single time I try to work on something to surprise you guys. So guys, let's see here. This is President Trump, executive director, meeting with El Salvador president, which is Nayib Bukari, so to discuss Bitcoin, which you guys already know that, the president of El Salvador is all in Bitcoin. So he already adopted Bitcoin. It was the first country to adopt Bitcoin before every other country since a few years ago. So, and since then, they have been buying, but they are not buying so much like a Sailor, like Fidelity or BlackRock. That is because it's country, but they are trying their best at least to add Bitcoin to their portfolio, even if as much as which is IMF keep telling them not to buy Bitcoin. So, but they keep buying, which is that's because the guy is a smart guy. He know that Bitcoin is one of the only way for you to escape from those their national debt that is keep hovering around the world. Inflation hitting everywhere, left and right. People keep working so hard, but they keep getting paid the same paycheck, and you can't even afford to live a good life. So, but one of the way to get out from this is to add the best performing asset to your portfolio. That asset that has a mass supply, which is Bitcoin. This is why Bitcoin existing. So that is why, which is as you guys can see here, Brian Armstrong, he said that in the next few years, for sure, Bitcoin may be the world reserve currency. So every other asset, Bitcoin has been outperforming them. So guys, a short clip here from Michael Saylor, the CEO of a strategy. Saylor said that, when the banks will tell you to buy Bitcoin, so that means Bitcoin will be costing you by then by $1 million. So guys can see from a Cointelegraph. Saylor, when your bank tells you to buy Bitcoin, it will cost you $1 million. So which is, to me, is possible. That is because now most of the bank will still tell you that, not to buy Bitcoin. But even if they're already buying. People like BlackRock, they already adding, through the Bitcoin spot ETF. They're already buying and buying. So why would you add the Bitcoin to your portfolio right now when the US already add Bitcoin to their own reserve, which is great, which I also show you guys in those data every single day to let you guys know what is happening in the market. This is just a short clip from Michael Saylor. Let me play it for you guys to see.
I think that's what's happening now. The industry is growing up. It's becoming more secure. It will be accepted by banks. It will. I'll leave it at this thought, which is when your bank tells you they'll buy Bitcoin for you and they'll make it really easy, and you can do it on the phone, it'll cost you $1 million Bitcoin. And when your bank calls you on the phone and says, you really ought to buy Bitcoin, it's a digital monetary alternative, and when they recommend it, it'll cost you $10 million of Bitcoin.
$10 million.
And right now, no bank's going to recommend it, and they're not going to help you buy it, and you're going to have to jump through hoops, and you're going to feel really nervous about it.
Yeah.
But you'll get to buy it around 100,000 or a little bit less than 100,000 of Bitcoin. And I think they're all three the same risk-reward proposition. And I bought it at 10,000. I'm buying it in billions of dollars of quantity at 100,000. I'll be buying it at $1 million. I'll be buying it at 10 million.
You guys heard that? Saylor said that, even if now he is buying a bunch of Bitcoin, when Bitcoin is still trading between 100,000, but he will still be buying Bitcoin when Bitcoin will still be trading at $1 million per coin. He will still be buying Bitcoin when Bitcoin will still be trading at $10 million per coin. So we show that, so where he think Bitcoin is going, which is amazing, guys. So we are still early in the crypto space. But what I know that what I believe is that, for sure, we will always have a downside in the market. The market always has up and down. Crypto market is always volatile. So if you are coming into the crypto space, don't go all in. It's very, very important. So don't go all in. So most people usually make that mistake when they come into the market, go all in, buy all in Bitcoin, put up either Bitcoin or Ethereum, Solana. So the market always has up and down. I was here 2020 to 2021, 2020/2021, when Solana hit on time high $260. I was still here that early between 2022. Solana did back down to $9 to $10. So I was holding Solana when Solana was trading above that 260. When Solana was still trading between $10, I was still holding Solana. So we show that, for sure. I was still buying when Solana was still trading between $9. We show that the market always has up and down. And don't forget this cycle too. So just January here, Solana all-time high was $296. So we show that if you are bought $1,000 worth of Solana, when Solana was trading $10, you will be holding 100 Solana. 100 Solana, when Solana was trading between $260, that is above $29,000, which is crazy. So just between $1,000 investment. So if you spread your money across the market, for sure you will be in profit. So which is this year, what I've been over the past few years, which I think it will work for you guys too. Yeah, guys, this take us here, Bitcoin relative strength index. So which I want you guys to see in this manner. So plan B, so which I always say has been predicted in the market at least 90% accurate over the past few years. Bitcoin RSI is equals to 69. So he said that the next target which we are going, RSI is between 80 plus. So RSI between 80 plus, even if this 69 is already high, it's already way too high. So which I always say that Bitcoin already went from $16,000 to $112,000. So the market is already way too high. But he think that so the RSI will be heading at least to 80 plus, at least, which will be taking us to between 120 to $130,000 plus. Because I don't want to be too bullish for you guys. So which will be taking us at least above $120,000. So a new all-time high is incoming. So we show that for sure Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. All you just need to do is for you to keep using this year to spread your money across the market. We still have a long way to go. We are still early in the market, guys. So keep using this year. As you guys can see, the chart is an amazing chart. We should still be heading up here, which will be taking us to. Okay, let me remove my camera so you guys can see it better, man. Okay. So as you guys can see here, so RSI, we are between here, which is 69. Sorry, guys. So at least you should be taking us here between 80, at least before the phase start coming down, before we enter another phase of the cycle. So which I think at least, it will, which I think, because plan B, if you ask plan B where it will be taking us to, so plan B still think at least, 200K is possible, which I think it will be taking us above $120,000 this cycle to $130,000. Yeah, guys, Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. Keep smashing the like. Try to make sure that your notification bell is on, so we will be able to discuss Bitcoin and crypto together. So this take us here, guys. European Central Bank, this is what I was just saying just now. European Central Bank trims interest rate after inflation dip below target. So here, because I reside here, I'm in Europe here. So they finally decide to cut interest rate. At least more people will be able to borrow more money in a lower price. So, but even when they cut interest rate by 2%, which is crazy. So now, one thing you need to know is that why did the interest rates go up before now? That is because inflation is real. If you think inflation is not real, so I still remember I was in Nigeria just last year. I was in Nigeria last year. I remember before I even left the country, things which we will buy between 500 naira, if you want to buy, you will now be buying it about 2,000 naira. That means, inflation is up with almost about 300 to 400, 500%. So nobody will tell you that. They will tell you inflation is not real. Inflation is real. Country like Venezuela, inflation is up with almost about 3,000%. So there are so much countries like that. So we show that, one of the assets that does not have inflation is Bitcoin. So which is why you never go wrong by adding Bitcoin to your portfolio. So guys, so let's see what next. UK-based gold mining companies decide to invest in Bitcoin. Here are the details. The detail is that they realize that Bitcoin has been one of the best performing assets, not gold. So that's why they decide to invest in Bitcoin. As always, guys, you never go wrong by buying Bitcoin. So keep spreading your money across the market. Try to make sure each time, every single day you tune in. So let's discuss Bitcoin, let's discuss crypto, let's see what is happening in the market. Because I know it will really encourage you guys not to sell your Bitcoin for the way, the big boys. So who are trying to manipulate the market. According to, as you guys can see here, James Y. James Y is angry that the ways are manipulating the market. That is because he saw it on chain that all the data is saying that the Bitcoins will be heading up higher. That's because when Bitcoin was trading between 105,300. So he long into the market a few days ago, which I showed you guys that just so James Wine just long into the market with a few hundreds of millions of dollars. And Bitcoin head up to like $106,000. Boom, the market did back down. He said that the ways are manipulating the market, even when the data are saying that the market is heading up higher. Those are expert traders, which is why I say that if you have some good cash on your side, you want to trade, yeah, it's normal. So let's say you have $1,000 in your portfolio, you may decide to play around the market with $100. Even when you lose that $100, you lose that $100. It looks like you lose nothing if you understand the market because you know that you still have $900 aside. So without that $900, at least you may still be able to win big in the market by investing there. But when you have just $900 and you trade with that $900, or you have $1,000, you trade with that $1,000, you lost it all. So it does not work that way. Even if you are trading, start with spot trading, not perpetual trading. So perpetual trading is one of the way when you understand it, one of the way to turn $1,000 to $10,000 between in less than 24 hours, and it's still one of the way to lose $10,000. So there is in the crypto space, it's easy to make money here, and it's still one of the way. You need to understand the market for you not to lose all your money. Selling, you just get liquidated, high leverage. The same thing we are saying. So the same thing. I always say it every single day. So don't trade leverage. I've been trading leverage for a while. Even if sometimes most of my wallet, I just log into this wallet, just you know, because as I always say to you guys, most of the things which I tell you guys, that is what I do. Like for example, this laptop here, I haven't logged it for a while. That's because I know that the market is down. I just logged into it just about a few minutes ago to look at the transaction there. So if I tell you guys don't trade with leverage, so I do that's because I most of the time. So I don't trade with leverage. If I tell you guys that make sure that your it's not a financial advice, make sure that at least most of your wallet, which is holding which is holding the most of your cryptocurrency, your funds, don't even let it be in your smartphone which you are using. If you have a second phone which you always keep at home, leave some of your this thing there, some of your crypto there, one and there. That's because sometimes they can send a phishing email to your smartphone. At least they may access your funds holding. So let's say, for example, I need $100. I don't have it on my phone. So what you just need to do, if I have it here, I just have to transfer it from there to the this thing. You spend it. Like for example, if you want to spend it on BYBIT. So don't trade with leverage, sell it key for you not to get liquidated. Oh. He lost $700,000. My bro lost $700,000 in liquidation. That is crazy. So $700,000. That means, let's say, for example, you may be, let's say, if you are using $10,000 to trade, so you use 10s, 50s, you can be getting you at least you'll be able to get to that 700,000. Let's say all you are using $1,000 to trade, so you now use 50s leverage. How many else will take you to 700,000? That is crazy. So guys, don't trade with high leverage. So let's say, for example, for me to trade with 700,000, that means at least I will be having like $2-3 billion aside. So even if I have $10 million, I will be trading with that kind of leverage. It is so huge, bro. So they get liquidated. Guys, see what next? Okay, this I already tell you guys just now. UK-based gold mining company, as you guys can see, they have invested in Bitcoin. So we show that. So guys, I want to quickly show you guys this before we come back to this here. This is from Instagram, and you guys can see this is Don Jazzy. I don't even know that. I know that Don Jazzy is holding some NFT like a Boy Ape Yacht Club. He said that he played for Bitcoin to pull back. So you guys, most of you guys know Don Jazzy. So Don Jazzy is saying that he's praying for Bitcoin to pull back. You guys can see he's sitting in front of laptop.
Praying for a Bitcoin pullback.
Okay, pray for Bitcoin pullback. So he said that he want Bitcoin. Everybody want Bitcoin to pull back for him to buy in a lower price. So if you're in crypto, and Bitcoin just had a pullback, you are fearful. That means you do not even understand the market.
For a Bitcoin pullback.
So Don Jazzy said that he's praying for Bitcoin pullback. So he just posted this on his even if Instagram account just about a few hours ago, which is good for sure. Most people is praying for Bitcoin to pull back, so they will be able to accumulate more. Yeah, okay. I didn't even know he has a lot of NFT, but I know that he hold that Boy Ape Yacht Club. I remember when Don Jazzy bought his Boy Ape Yacht Club. Boy Ape Yacht Club was trading between $400,000 to $500,000. That's about $500,000. In Nigeria, that is today is about more than $500 million. So which is crazy. So when he bought Boy Ape Yacht Club out there, now Boy Ape Yacht Club is trading between about 12 ETH. 12 ETH is between almost it's less than $100,000 as of today. Yeah, 12 ETH. 12 8 2000 24,000. That's more about less than even $50,000. So which is why it's a good time to accumulate all those things, accumulate NFTs, accumulate Bitcoin, accumulate altcoin. So when the market start dipping back down, yeah, Seliki, if Solana dip back down to $20, I'm going all in. I'm selling every every everything around me. I will be selling everything to go all in soon. Once Solana dip back down to $20, I think it's possible. If Bitcoin dip back down to $40,000, Solana will be going back down to $20 per coin. Every expensive thing that is around me, if Solana dip back down to $20, $20 to $15, I will be going on in. So guys, don't trade with leverage. Don't borrow to invest. Don't invest more than what you can afford to lose. It's not a financial advice, so it's not low. It's not. It does not worth it. So crypto does not worth it. Don't borrow against. Don't borrow to invest. So guys, what you can see on my screen. So as you guys can see, Novagrass. So Novagrass is still predicting at least Bitcoin to head up to like 50 trillion. $50 trillion market cap. So 50 trillion market cap, that will be taking Bitcoin to 1.5 million, no, $2.5 million. So people like Ceylon is expecting Bitcoin to head up to 200 trillion market cap. So we show that, Bitcoin is trading between 100,000. So 104,000, 103,000, the market is consolidating. We are still early in the market, which most of you guys already know that. So people are predicting at least Bitcoin to be heading up to at least to 50 trillion market cap, which is a $2.2 million per coin. So if Bitcoin have a market cap of 50 trillion, according to as Novagrass is predicting, which is for sure, I think $50 trillion is possible. It's not happening this cycle. It may not happen next cycle, which I don't think next cycle is possible. Next cycle, 20 trillion is possible. 20 trillion, it will be taking Bitcoin to $1 million per coin. So they go on in. So next cycle, at least, when we are still talking of cycle, that means the market have to dip back down from here for us to accumulate more. I showed you guys just now. Don Jazzy said that he's expecting at least the market to dip back down He's praying for the market to dip back down. Yeah, guys, let's do Q&A, question and answer, man. So the market is slightly down. It's on support right now between, $103,500, as you guys can see. So let's do Q&A, question and answer, guys. If you have any question, drop it on the chat, guys. So smash the like. Drop your question on the chat. Let's do Q&A, question and answer. So, guys, for sure, Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. With Bitcoin and crypto, we will all achieve a financial freedom together. And, guys, it's a quick reminder once again. Did you guys know that because I received an email from BYBIT yesterday that you can get up to $1,000 for signing up with my referral code. So I've referred a lot of people, even if not just because of the referral, that's because during that time when the market was up, I trade so much with a huge amount of volume. So they said that if you use the referral link and you deposit $100 and you trade with about good volume. Let's say, for example, trading with good volume does not mean that you have to trade the perpetual trading. So let's say you buy and sell, If you have a good volume, you'll be getting up to like $1,000. So I even took the screenshot from that email. So according to BYBIT, that if you use that referral code, so you can get up to $1,000. So guys, yeah, let's do Q&A. Yeah, my man, favor. Miraculous greetings, Susita. Greetings, guys. J boy, you guys are all welcome. So, guys, keep tuning in. So, every single day, let's discuss Bitcoin, let's discuss crypto, let's see what is happening in the market. Yeah, Rebel, Celestia, guys, I'm here. Atachi. We keep pushing, keep working in crypto until Bitcoin did back down to $40,000. Then we'll be working in what is it called? McDonald's, so at least so to get more funds to invest in the market. I just get liquidated, which I have Sariki is praising. So that is the market for you. So one thing is that it's better not to trade with leverage. So if you are trading with leverage, like you are praying with fire, get ready to be liquidated, to get liquidated. So it's one of the way to also get to win big. So if you have a good amount of money, me myself, I pray with leverage once in a while. There was not even up to a month when I was showing you guys a leverage trading live here. So $1,000 using a 10s, that was about $8,000, $8,000 to $10,000 here. So if you have $1,000 and you trade with a leverage with about 10s, that is about $10,000. It's one of the way to make $1,000, turn your $1,000 to another $1,000 between an hour. It's possible. Okay, last week, not even now. Okay. Yeah, it become bad habits. You are right, Sariki. It happen. Sometimes I decide not to. To me, I just decide not to because if it becoming bad habit, you see, just like that is how it is. You say, oh, okay, let me just trade with just at least now small average. Let me do small average now, so at least to go out from the market now. Before you know, boom, you get liquidated. One of the best strategy is to invest where the market is trading in a rural plan. Imagine if you have $40,000 when Solana was trading when Solana was trading around how much? When Solana was trading around $10 last cycle, which is still not up to 4 years, between 3 years, when Solana was trading between, which I think the next cycle, the market, the next phase now, which is happening from the next few months, so the market need to dip back down slightly if history is on our side. So if the market dip back down, if you was able to accumulate some Solana, Tom, Healthy, you guys are welcome. So if you are able to accumulate some Solana, let's say you will be able to, if you was able to accumulate it, that means 40,000 Solana will be giving you 4,000 Solana. 4,000 Solana, generally here, where Solana was trading around 200 When Solana was trading around $296, that means you'll be holding about $1.1 million just between with how much investment? $40,000. But just $1,000 will have been giving you 20 something thousand with about $29,000. Just $1,000 investment. So it's better not to trade with leverage. One of the best strategies is to invest. People who make money in cryptos are investors. But one thing is that some people don't have mind, according to as we usually say, they don't have mind to face the volatility of the market. The market always has up and down. So and I always say that one of the biggest risks in life is not taking any risk. So that is one of the biggest risks. If you don't take any risk, it's one of the biggest risks in life. And that is how it works. Even if a season, he said it a few days ago. I showed you guys here the tweet. He said that not investing in crypto is a risk, but not investing in crypto is also a risk. So you have to choose wisely. He also made a tweet about a few hours ago, which I saw it on Earth. He said that there's no competition. Don't compete with anybody. Keep building. Building is by spreading your money across the market. You have $2 to invest. Invest in the market. Invest in Bitcoin. Invest in Solana. Invest in Ethereum. So you will understand how the market works. But so when the markets start coming back up again now, you will be in profit. Which I will be starting a DCA portfolio the next few months. You guys will be seeing what I will be buying. An open portfolio. Yeah, favor. Don Jazzy used to post his NFT on his X account. It was there was a time which it was even in his profile picture back then. That's because even if me back then I love that boy Ape Nyash Club, man. NFTs are down right now. I was in OpenSea just now, which is okay. You guys can see here. This is I was in OpenSea just now checking out all those NFTs. This is the top NFT. You guys can see here. Boy Ape Nyash Club is between 13 each. That is about $33,000. Just like as I said, it's not trading below. Boy Ape Nyash Club is not trading below 50,000. 2022, Boy Ape Nyash Club was trading around 500,000, $500,000 per JPEG. But don't forget, when they launched Boy Ape Nyash Club, they was trading between $200, $300. But boom. So there was now, even if as of today, Crypto Puck is still trading between $160,000, the floor price. So when I was in few minutes ago, when I was in, I want to show you guys Magic Eden. When I was in Magic Eden, this is quickly, let me see, the top NFTs on the past 30 days. Let me see if I can bring it out here. So there is NFT which I saw just about a few, which is OKBN. Let me see if I can see it here. This is OKBN, which is why taking profit is very, very important, guys. So this is OKBN. OKBN is trading between a 1.7 Solana, which is how much? $270, $269 as of now. I remember 2022 when I traded this NFT for this thing, $79, 79 Solana. 79 Solana, even if as of today, 79 Solana, that is a huge amount of money, which you guys know that. So even if as of today is down, but let's say for example, if I did not sell this NFT back then, so to a day like today, you guys can see that it's down with about 90, almost about 99%, 90%. So you guys can see. But I still hold some NFT when there was trading between 10 Solana back then, 3 Solana. But a day like today, they are still in loss. So, like for example, I also saw this NFT which I was trading back there. Let me see if I can bring it out because most of them I forgot their name. So it's been long, man. Quest, it's been called Quest NFT. Quest, I remember when I was selling Quest because I bought Quest like a 0.1 Solana, which was between 12 to 20 Solana back then. Quest, let me see if I can bring it out here. It was called Quest back then. If the name haven't changed yet. Okay, see it here. Quest. See it here. Quest is now selling for like 1.2, 1.4 Solana. I remember when I pick up Quest, I still hold some. So when I pick up Quest, Quest was selling between a zero point 0.1 Solana. That's about 14 to 15, 20 Solana back then. So boom, I sold most of my Quest when they were now trading between a 7 Solana. But you guys know something. 4 months after, Quest was now selling for 50 so per just a JPEG. I was like, what the fuck? Imagine if I was holding 5 of them, and we'll be able to flip it back then. But even if, as I saw there between 7 Solana, a day like today, Quest is now still trading between 1.4 Solana, which show that, you can still buy more. Taking profit, you never go wrong by taking profit. It's very, very important to take profit. Maybe one good day we will go through the NFT market once again, because I wanted to make some offer. That was why I told you guys that I logged into my new wallet, a few hours ago. So because I wanted to make offer for those NFT that is down. So it's very, very important at least to buy some of them whenever the market is down like that. Seliki, everybody want to buy in a cheaper price, man. Nobody want to buy in a higher price. According to as you always say, Seliki, that President Trump don't want to buy. The US don't want to buy their Bitcoin in a higher price. They want the market to dip back there for them to buy. My brother, I go load almost at $40,000. Okay, for sure. We are hoping for the market to dip back there, so we will buy in a higher price. Everybody want to buy in a higher price, Seliki. If market dip, you will buy BTC first after you take your profit and invest in Solana. If the market dip back down, when I'm buying BTC, I will be buying Solana for sure. So I know that first it's better for you to buy Bitcoin so that when Bitcoin pop, sorry guys, you will now take profit from Bitcoin to Solana. But Solana is one of my favorite altcoin over the past few years. Even if this cycle, so it was my top holding altcoin, Solana. Solana, Near Protocol, and Sui, all those ones, there was one of my favorite holding altcoin. So which you guys will be seeing it, what we'll be buying. So I will be asking you guys, we will look into the project. So we look, if it's a good project, we will all buy. That is what we will be doing. Okay, if you have a BYBIT account already, it's not possible. Unless where you are new. It's not possible. McDonald's, yes, so McDonald's, even if Mike Saylor, the CEO of strategy, it will also be working in McDonald's back there if a market dip back down. Once market start dipping down, he will now, his profile picture will be McDonald's cap. He said, let's go and work in McDonald's, just sell your Bitcoin. So you will have more money to buy more Bitcoin and crypto. Seliki, you said that we will never see Bitcoin $40,000 again. I think so. But normally, what thing I know is that if history is on our side, the market, before the market start recovery back from the bottom, so the miners need to run out in profit. And if you look in history, if the miners need to run out in profit, that means Bitcoin need to dip back down to 40,000. But why I think you are right, Bitcoin will not dip back down to 40,000. That is because we now have the Wall Street here. The Wall Street, they are here right now. So people like, we now have the Bitcoin spot ETF. If you head over here, which is, let me see, if I have, okay, this is country holding, this is a US ETF. Only US ETF, they are here to buy all the Bitcoin if the market dip back down. So years ago, we was not having this, ETF. Even if as of today, the US ETF are holding $124 billion in Bitcoin, which show that they are ready to accumulate if the market is back down. So which is why you can't time the market. So you can't say that so Bitcoin Bitcoin will be dipping back to $40,000 before you start buying, which is why you need to use we need to use DCA, dollar cost average. If the market, let's say for example, if Bitcoin dip back down to $50,000, yeah, it's a good time to go all in. Even if Bitcoin did not dip back down to $40,000, if Bitcoin dip back down 50% from here, it's a good time to buy. It's a good time to buy for sure. Because we know the market is, for sure, the market is coming back up. Yeah, favor. Same thing was said last cycle. Last cycle, when Bitcoin was trading around $64,000, everybody was saying that Bitcoin will never dip back down to, even if we're 20,000. They said we'll never see $30,000 once again. Don't forget the market Bitcoin still dip back down to 16,000. But I know that a lot of things have changed this cycle because of the waves. But which is why I say it's very, very important. Keep having some cash on your side. Favor is the same thing that people were saying last cycle. Which is why I always say stay to your target. Stick to your target. If you are buying Bitcoin, if you are buying Solana, I'm always try to every single day, I always try to make example for you guys. If you are buying Solana, because when I was buying Solana around $10, I said if Solana hit all-time high, $260, I'm taking at least 50% profit. So which is what I did. So when Solana hit 260, I did not care if Solana is going to 2,000, 200, 2,000. So at least stick to your plan. So if you are buying Solana around $20, you said, okay, now if Solana head up to at least $300, that means you are up with at least almost about 10x. So try to make sure you take 50% out from the market, no matter what people are predicting. So you will be in profit, even if when people are predicting, even if I did not hit the target of people prediction. Before the market went down to 16,000. Favor the same thing. So before the market did back down to 16,000, that was what people were saying. That Bitcoin will never dip back down again. So every cycle, whenever the market is up like this, people are bullish. Everybody is bullish. Imagine if a seller decide to sell 50% of his Bitcoin. If Michael Saylor move, even if 5% of his Bitcoin to exchange right now, you can see Bitcoin will be dipping down. That's because a lot of people will be panicked. So don't be too much bullish and bearish. One thing about me is that instead of me to be bearish, I will be bullish. That is because if the market dip back down, it's an opportunity. I show you guys just now. Even if Don Jazzy is playing for he's playing for the Bitcoin to pull back. So he will be able to accumulate more. Anybody want the market to pull back to be able to accumulate more? Yeah, guys, any meme coin that people are predicting, promoting. I can see this Tom's Asia head. What it is that meme coin, as I always say, now is not a good time. So when you are buying meme coin, let it be that you have a good inside information. And, which is Pop.phone, they will be launching a new token in the next 2 weeks. So I will let you guys know. So the day they want to launch it. So if we'll be able to get in early and go out early. So they already raised $1 billion to issue that token. They will be issued the token in a market value with about $4 billion, which is huge. That is really huge. So that is like maybe someone, I don't know why they raise such amount of money, $1 billion to issue a new token. That is crazy. So guys, when they want to launch that token, maybe I will look into that the actual time they will launch it, so that at least we will be able to buy in early and ape out. So that is one of the ways. Have a good information before you buy in any token right now. So if they are launching it, at least we buy early, so you ape out. You make some, let's say for example, I invest $1,000. If you go up as a new token, if you go up 4S, $4,000, you ape out, you make some good money, you dive out from the market. That's one of the ways to buy new token right now. So all those ones they are promoting, all those people already buy so much of it. Once you start buying, those guys they will dump on you. So which I don't want it to happen to you guys. Don't let anybody dump on you. So don't go all in because anybody is promoting any meme coin. Meme coin, if I want to launch now, it's easy for everybody can launch it. So which I don't think is necessary. So don't let anybody tell you, promote any meme coin for you and you will top on you. Big adoption already. Yeah, for sure. Serikin, a lot of adoption. The adoption is going wide. Bitcoin and crypto adoption is going wide. So if Tesla, as you guys can see it here, if Tesla decide to at least, which I showed you guys just now, according to which is Jack. This is Jack, which is the founder of Twitter. As he's telling Elon Musk at least to go into Bitcoin. That's because Elon Musk is complaining about the U.S. national debt. So that is because 2020. So Tesla was still accepting Bitcoin as a payment. So when Elon Musk was one of the most bullish guy about Bitcoin back then. You guys can see Elon made a tweet 2020, December 2020. He said Bitcoin is my safe word. So which is why as Elon Musk is complaining, Jack Dorsey is telling Elon Musk, go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one of the safest assets. So Bitcoin has been one of the best performing assets over the past few years, which is why Michael Saylor keep buying and buying, and his stock keep skyrocketing. So guys, smash the like, try to make sure your notification bell is on so that we keep accumulating Bitcoin and crypto. We will all achieve a financial freedom just by investing in Bitcoin and crypto. So don't forget, you are smart and intelligent. So don't let anybody intimidate you with their portfolio. So which is why I try my possible best not I try my possible best to just let you guys know what is happening in the market, let you guys know the data, my past, what happened in the past, so the mistake which I make in the past, for you guys not to make the same mistake. So don't let anybody intimidate you with a screenshot of their portfolio, for you not to think that you are not early in the market. You are still early in the crypto space. So there's more money to make. All you just need to do is for you to understand the market, spread your money across using DCA. For sure, we will all achieve a financial freedom. So, guys, you are smart and intelligent once again. So, Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. We will achieve a financial freedom. Back there, all we will be doing is to eat good food, go to the gym, travel around the world with your friends and family. So, we will all make good money in crypto so that we will all see ourselves in Bitcoin conference in the next few years. So, try to make sure you share the stream with your friends and family, guys. Chalisco is out, guys. See you all tomorrow at the usual time. Sometimes I usually late with a few minutes, which is why I say try to make sure your notification bell is on. Chalisco is out.